Morning, guys. Morning. Okay. You run. Not worry about you. Try to turn it on. Should be on. All right. Still getting a little setup, guys. A little behind this morning. Kids was giving me a little trouble. All right. Morning. Just getting a couple things set up here. Watching the market pulling back a little bit. Let's see if it can hold these levels. If it can hold these levels, we might get a nice little pop. As you guys know, we are testing the tops. I'll come back to you. Let's pull up square. All right. All right. Might have missed that one. Let's see what's happening. All right. Overall market is still pulling. NASDAQ holding up pretty nice here across the board. See what's going on. Sorry, guys. I am behind. Running a little behind. Let Square come down. Market's pulling. I think Square might come back a little bit. Is what I'm watching. If it continues to pull, I'm gonna start watching around that 72.39 level if we can get there. And I want to see if we can get some basing around that level. We'll see what happens with that. Still pulling. All right, we're almost there. If it can't hold that level, market's still pulling as well. Just missed the 72.39. Thought we'll get a little bit more. There's the pop. But market's still pulling, so that could still possibly come back down. Not rushing that one just yet. All right, still everything is still pulling to me. Don't want to jump into that just yet. Still, good morning, team. Morning. Just getting everything going. Still starting up everything, team. Morning. Hope the morning's going great. Watching Square market still pulling on us. Almost got everything up. Still, everything is still pulling to me. See. That Start looking here. Should have pulled down some more. Nothing just yet. Microsoft, oof. Okay, we got a few things dumping. I don't have my news feed on. So did I just miss something? Let's turn you on.
LCNB, Lima Charlie November Bravo, board authorized a share buyback program. NB, Lima.
Set up this morning. I might have missed that. Cool. All right, now that I have everything up, market's holding, everything's holding. Might have missed that pop. As you can see, guys, I missed it. I was trying to get everything set. But I was looking for that.
Amcor.
No, this is too loud.
Selected as primary supply.
I was looking for that 72.39 pull on Square for me to take it long on the trend break. But I missed it. As you can see, this is now going to 73.09. Part of having kids is you miss stuff like this. You got to get them to school and stuff. So I was running behind. There goes the pop I wanted. Yeah. All right. See if I can scalp on something else on the equity side. I wanted that Square too. Perfect setup this morning, I thought. Basically what I was watching was yesterday's base. I wanted to see if we can pull right into that base that we had yesterday. If we held up, I was going to bounce it to see if we can finally pop to 73.09, take out yesterday highs and push higher towards that 73.99 level is what I wanted on that. But again, what I'm shocked on is I'm noticing that some of the chip sectors are pulling. Roku's also taking a nasty little pull this morning as well. So we'll see what happens. So as of right now, I had no equity positions this morning. I didn't take anything, so we'll see what happens. Watch SPY here. SPY is probably trying to take out this little intraday downtrend. If it does, I think that can push higher. Again, 293.21 is the level that I'm watching on SPY that it needs to break, and I think you get a nice little push out of that. Look at that. There it goes, guys. There it goes. So as you can see, 73, that 39 was the key spot to try to bounce this back to highs. Take out this high and hold above it. You can start pushing probably towards the 73.39. 73.99 level is where I'll be trying to take it. I think that's where it's going, but I can't jump into this right here. I'll get smashed if I do what the size I'm gonna take. I just have to wait. Oh my gosh. Well, look at my option contracts, I guess. So I don't have equity. There it goes. Yeah. Let's pull these up. What we're doing. Well, guys, happens. I'm pretty sure you guys seen several times where either I started late or yeah. Is PayPal running? I think PayPal earnings is today, right? I know this morning I looked at them. PY. Yeah. Oh, they're not doing anything. I'm actually looking across the board trying to find some type of setup. I'm liking that INTC red to green, but I don't like the range, so that's the only reason why I'm not too much looking at that one. Sectors strong. I don't have any of these up. Zoom you out so I can see what's going on here. Futures are still having trouble, stuck in the low range. All right, use nasty yank, nasty yank. Let's see what happens with square up here. QCOM, my baby is still dominating. Where are you now? Almost there. This thing is just creeping its way up day by day by day. Awesome. All right, guys, nothing yet equity wise. The only thing I'm pretty much in heavy is square on a swing. Well, QCOM, you guys already know. That's one of my biggest winner. It's up 3,682% so far. So yes, I am enjoying that one. That is my biggest winner in my portfolio right now. I love it. Posted on Facebook yesterday when it was at 3,100, whatever it was. I'm just so upset about that square. Here's the pop. Didn't get the 73.99 I thought, but here's a pullback. Again, market is still pulling, so I can't even, if I wanted to play this downtrend and pop, I couldn't even do it because overall market is not doing what I wanted to do. That was the buy this morning. Buy, risk, go. I think we get pullbacks today. Nice run yesterday. The day before we had also a nice little run. I think Snap had earnings. Let's go see what Snap is doing. That was bought into. Yep, selling off. Reason why I wasn't entertaining. I didn't think we would get the same thing out of that like we did with Twitter. BA, I think that needs to break out of a range before that can go any higher. TXN, I think that's what's probably killing the semiconductors. Yeah, guys, I'm not in anything equity wise this morning so far. Sucks. I wanted Square. Here's a pullback on Square as mentioned. The reason why I didn't want to take it off of that little flag forming, still pulling back. Overall market is still pulling. So this is why I stayed away from it and didn't try to play this little flag break. So I'll probably just wait for a setup. If we continue to pull, wait for another setup on this and then try to see if I can knock a couple cents off that, make a little profit on it. I could have been done today just off this move. So futures are still pulling. Even though this is very tempting here, I still can't take it with futures pulling. Got the SPY pulling. Got a couple things pulling. I don't want to jump in it too quick. Team, I am already in the option contracts. 621. I'm in the 75 calls. I'm in the 80 calls for 621 as well. So playing that into earnings, but I'll probably be trimming that position down before earnings. We'll see what happens. Those 75 calls is actually for this week. Sorry about that correction. Yep, 75 calls is for this week. So market is pulling back hard. Like I would say, take profits along the way. We'll see what I do with those contracts today. I know the closer you get times, the premium start yanking on those things. So I just want to be careful with the profits I have on that one. I'll be watching those tightly. JP, good morning. All right. And again, see, this is why I can't take it here, even though this looks very tempting. Overall market is still pulling. Everything is pulling. So if I try to jump in here, I might get creamed. So I'll wait for the setup. No need to jump in. I think the first move was here. I don't want to do what I did yesterday, get back in it, because I don't see the strength to the upside on the overall market. I see more downside right now still. So until that shows itself, I'm not jumping into the square. All right, let's see what happens here. Come down some more, baby. Come down. Don't go yet. Come on down. All right, this is going to be a day. It looks like you guys got to be patient. We had 2 solid days so far in the market to the upside. This might be the little correction. Like I said, that 293.21 is what we had to break on the SPY. I felt as if for more upside. Today is pulling back pretty nice. I want to stay here. I want to see what happens here. I'm watching. All right, seems like we'll still get a little more downside. 60%. Come on. Results. So just watching this to see what happens. I'm going to be patient on this. I don't want to jump the gun, and I don't like averaging down. So I'll be patient on this one. I'm not going to jump in it just yet. But as of right now, let's just flip the SPY. SPY is coming up. Looks like it's holding that level. Need one more 10-minute, 15-minute candle switch up. This is probably going to pop. I don't. What's the spread? Spread. It's like 2-3 cent spread. I'll wait. Come on. Calm back down. Don't go yet. All right, let's see if we can scalp some here. See what happens here. Yeah, slap a trend on this one. extended to spread 90. Not bad. Still, market still wants to pull. Still haven't shown me upside on the market yet. This is going to be a tough one. Seems to gauge it. I think we come down more. I take it here. Only have trend. There's not much room for a nice bounce either. I want to wait. I'm still waiting. I'll wait. Morning, JP. As you can see, this is one of those tough reads for me this morning on Square because I missed that first initial entry. Now I'm trying to scalp this off of a pullback. I'm looking at the market here. Market still is not showing me overall sign that it wants to push higher. If I do take it, I have to understand I got to give it a risk all the way down here. I don't like what I'm seeing just yet still. I think it's come down a little bit more. The 75. Where we're trading at, yeah, let it come down. There it goes. This is why I'm waiting. See, this is exactly why I waited. All right. Market wasn't showing me more upside just yet. As you can see, as much as I wanted to pull that trigger, if I would have, I'd have been highly upset. I'm gonna watch this here. I want to see if we can get it back down these levels again. I just don't see the market showing itself just yet. I don't want to fight the market. It's basically what I'm telling you guys. All right, I'm going to take 500 shares, probably just a starter, and see what happens. No matter what, my stop today is going to probably be the low of day. I want to see if I can probably try to pop this. Not much size. Yeah, I know, patience. But we'll see what happens. If I get rejected, I'll just get out. Won't risk too much on this, especially because I didn't get the first initial entry. We'll see. And I'm kind of fighting this trend a little here because I haven't even broke this downtrend. So a few things going against me right now, but we'll see what happens. Tight stops on this. Trying to get my feet wet.
AMRN, Amron, Jeffries reiterating their rating. There's scripts for 67. Too low.
So looking like we get more downside. I'm going to keep a tight stop on this. Dig too big of a hole. Market still hasn't showed itself to the upside just yet. Looking across the board, seems like we're trying to base here. Not convinced yet though. Oh, let's see.
Says that the CBS merger talk Viacom be imminent.
JP, once I take out this downtrend, I expect this to pop a little bit. I'm kind of trying to beat the gun a little bit here. I wanted it down here. So if we do pop it, I'm gonna try to get a pop right back into the 73.20 spot. We break that, then I'll be looking for a push towards that high. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But if we get rejected here, then I know 9 times out of 10 will probably come back down. So this is why I'm saying I'm keeping tight stops on it. I'm not even up much yet, but I need this to pop. If we can pop this, I think we can probably get a push. If not, this can continue to come back down. So not liking what I'm seeing thus far on the market, but we'll see. If market can get going from down here, it create a lower high, which is what I like to see on the market. But again, I just haven't seen much follow through, and you can kind of expect that because you had that nice run yesterday. This thing is getting making me talk so loud. All right, so if we can break this trend, this is what I want to see. There it goes. Now we get this pop. Let's see if we can take out this high right here. I mean, this yesterday's high. If not, I'll probably exit my position there. A wide gain. This is like boo. But we'll see what happens. Come on, pop it. There we goes. There we goes. If we can get that pop. All right, market just pretty much filled the gap in. Keep it tight. This can be a bear flag forming, guys. If you did take something, you could probably take a profit. There's not much gains here. This can probably pull back down now. Got rejected at the 73.09. I wanted us to pop that, break it, take out yesterday's high. See, rejected. This is the pullback. If it does not base, this can probably head lower, guys. We need to get this to base here and see if we can push it, or retest this trend right here and see if we can pop it again. Again, overall market just is not convinced me just yet. It's trying to. We're right at it filled the extension. I want to see it break out of this extension, reclaim that level, and push higher. And then I think we get that little follow through. I'm looking on this one, but as of right now, it's not looking good. It's getting rejected here. There we go. See. All right, let's see if this can hold up. So let's just adjust that trend just a little bit. I won't give it too much more if the market don't start showing itself. We're adjusted there. See what happens, guys. It's part of being patient. Christopher Hunter, good morning, morning. See what happens. See if we can test this trend again, pop it, and push back up. As you can see, it's forming a lower range here. Need to take this level out. If we don't take this level out, just pull lower. So I'm just watching it, watching this range, and we'll see what happens. So this is the key trend here. We need to pop this, get a nice follow through. See if we can push this higher. It's all about patience here now. What are you gonna do, Square? What are you gonna do? Still not convinced yet. Again, I'm looking at the overall market. It's struggling at the downtrend. And that's what I don't like what I'm seeing. Actually, it's trying to get rejected here. if we can't pop this level, I think Square will probably pull back some more again. So just watch it. I think we're going to get a pullback. Market is getting rejected, so this may get rejected as well. There's the rejection. Semiconductors might try to get something going down here. We'll see what happens. It's probably one of the only sectors that I see is trying to show some strength. Market is looking weak still. Haven't popped that top that I'm looking for. So I'm going to keep some tight stops on this Square. I'm not going to give it too much more room if market does not get going. Yep. See what happens. Remember, guys, no matter what, our stops is going to be here. So see what happens. What are you going to do, Square? Can we pop? All right, market is pulling, so this Square might be pulling back as well. Still haven't took out low of the day, so it's okay. That's my risk on this. More than I wanted to give it, but I missed the initial entry, so I'm giving it to there. If it does take that out, we'll get a nasty pull, probably towards that 72 level, and then I'll revisit it and see if I can knock that back up to the upside. But right now, I'm just being patient with this. Seems like today is going to be a patient day. We'll see what happens. Watch that the semiconductor sector's looking pretty good. Your AMD is looking real good. Your INTC is looking real good. MU haven't really showed much volume lately, so I'm not too convinced with that. Even with this trend break, I'm still not convinced because it's been violated here a couple times. So me personally, what I should have did instead of waiting is just make the adjustments to it. And that's what I wanted to break. If we can break this, I think that can give us that true feel of a nice curve creating. But again, market is still not showing itself just yet, so not convinced just yet. Holding up though, we're creating a nice base on the overall market. That is a plus, but we'll see what happens. And again, sorry guys, sometimes this is what happens. Sometimes you have to be patient. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned. As you can see, as for me, and again, that was me. I should have took my profits on this bounce, but I decided to stay in just a little longer. So I did give up the little gains I did have on this. Now I'm not down much, so we'll see. There we go. It's just being patient. See if we can take these levels out and start getting a push. I want to break 7309. I think that's key. It was key to me yesterday. I think it's going to be key today. Need to take out that level. We take out that level, I think we get that 7320 and get a nice little push to the upside. That's what I want to see happen. But again, market has a mind of its own. So again, I'm already green on just that little pop. But again, let's just see what happens. It has to take out 7309. I didn't go in with huge size today, so I might have to let it work a little bit more than I wanted to, or I just might take whatever this thing gives me. And as you can see, getting rejected again. The pull. So we're getting some things basing, but I'm looking at the S&P 500. S&P 500 is still pulling back, which I don't like here. And as y'all know, Square does follow the S&P 500. Pretty tough. So if the S&P 500 doesn't get going, this will pull back some more. So we'll see what happens. Nice base forming here. But again, overall market, same thing, guys. It's just not showing me that it wants to push higher just yet. And I listen, I kind of expected that because like I told you guys, we're pretty much at the top of that market. We need to pop that top for us to get a nice little push like yesterday. Once we broke through that key resistance level yesterday, we got a nice little run. Pretty much the same thing I think needs to happen today. That 293.31 is going to be very key. 293.21 is going to be key on the market, I feel, on the S&P. Well, if you're looking at it through SPY, and he can't get it. I mean, we need to take these trends out and still can't. But we have a nice base here. So with that being said, I'm feeling this still until this base give out, and then I'll probably exit the trade. I don't know. We'll see. So when I'm looking at this base, here's the base. Here's your range. We need to get out of this to go. I hate when I get stuck in this. These are the trades I hate the most. Whenever I get caught up in these, I hate it the most. Patience seems like it's going to be key today. Will I have it, or will I just say forget it, get frustrated, and cut this trade off early? I don't know. Oh, we're gonna pull, sell, buy. Come on, what are you gonna do, Square? Show me what you want. What are you gonna do? Come on. pop this trend. Let's push up a little bit so I can get the hell out of this trade. So 72.90, it seems like the area we're having some trouble at. Get above 72.90. I think we can try to start pushing this. We need to hold above that level. So let's see what happens. Again, tight stops, not giving this much. All right, looking across the board, some of these ETFs are trying to come off this bottom. Let's see if we can get the square to come off this, come out of this range real quick. That'd be a big plus. So I'm looking across the board. Financials are probably still the ones looking kind of weak here. But hey, we'll see. Microsoft is trying to come off that bottom as well.
you, Roku.
So got a little up channel, just spotted this, watching this. See if we can grind higher off that. If that level breaks, I might think this might be I might make this my stop on this this little uptrend here. This thing is still pulling. Just cannot get a full momentum out of this trend. All right, it's testing it now.
CMT,
Sorry guys, this is a boring day so far. I just gotta be a little patient with this one. Respect my risk and see what happens. As you can see, typically I'll be in and out of a trade by now. This one here is caught me in the range, and I hate these range trades. Oh boy, do I hate them.
easy. Nominate.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Square? All right, market is finally trying to come off the bottom here, but now we need some follow through on Square. So this can be positive for us, but it seems like Square might want to pull right back into that 72.64 level. See if the 72.64 level holds. If it does hold, we should get a push back to the upside. If it breaks, I think we head lower, probably towards that 72.42 level, and we shall see what happens from there. Remember, guys, do not give this no more than low of day. Anytime you break the low of day, get a nasty pull. That's when people get hurt. So no more than low of the day. Respect your risk. Market is trying to come off the bottom, but again, you need this to break these. As you can see, this is in a clear downtrend. Don't fight the downtrend. This can probably go down to 72.43 area. Find some basing. You need to see this consolidation within that range. If you do not see that consolidation with that range, then I would suggest you to back off until that. Otherwise, this can continue to yank on you. But you need some kind of trend break right now, guys. Trust me, do not get in the way of this. This is how you blow up accounts and get hurt pretty bad if you don't respect these spots. I mean, I think we bounce, but again, you still have to respect your stops on this. Let it show you something. See this trend? At least take it off this little downtrend. Just wait. Again, stopped out. Just wait now. Get back in on the trend break, and then we try to bounce this. Wait for that trend break, guys. Remember, I told you guys low. Do not let the low break. So it's pretty good risk reward here. You know what your stops are at this point. I'm sorry. See it right here. Here's low. Do not let that level break. If that level breaks, this can take more. So risk reward just is good here. See how they're trying to come in now. Is what I'm watching. Zoom that out a little bit. Now let's see if we can start bouncing this back up. Overall market is trying to push, but we need some volume to start coming in on here. So the first level that I'd like to see reclaimed down here is that 72.63, I think that is. We reclaim 73.63. Start taking out some of these downtrends, and I think we start pushing back up high. We'll see what happens. Come on.
DPZ, nominal pizza that says
So if you do bounce it, first level that we're gonna, if we start bouncing here, we want to reclaim 72.71. We can get back above 72.71. We should see a little bit more push to the upside, but again, still needs to put in some work here. It's fighting, I can tell you that much, but we're not getting the volume that I would like to see off this just yet, off this bottom. Market is trying, the S&P 500 is trying to come off. Guys, if this thing's popped this top, I think we get a nice little push. Square's looking real good down here too as well. I think this might be a bottom. It's trying to show us the bottom. I think it did something similar like this yesterday. Sims, what's good, Sims? Yesterday did something similar like this. It pulled into those levels twice, held, and then it gave a nice little bounce. Let's see if we can get the same action here. If this level down here holds, and see if we can bounce this. But I think a lot of people are just fearing this top on the market right now, which is pretty interesting here. Come on, can you finally give us a nice little volume? Somebody come in with some big money, spike this a little bit here. Come on. Having trouble here, needs to break out. If we can take this one, I think this is going to be the key trend today. Then we can pull into this next trend, but I think this is going to be the key one. If we break this trend down here, I think we go lower, probably take out lows of days. So this is going to be the trend that you do not want to give up on this one. Now I think it's going to pull. Come on, what are you going to do, Square? What are you gonna do, Square? This is interesting. Market is trying to push higher. Watching some of the sectors I like looking at, they're trying to come off this bottom. Square is pretty much at the lows of days. I think we should bounce here. Come on, Square, let's go. Can you show yourself now? Sorry guys, I'm just talking to myself, trying to talk myself into what I'm seeing on this. It's kind of interesting right here. Morning market movers. Major market movers. What are you gonna do here, Square? Basing. Market is trying to push here. Are you gonna lag today? Can we get at least a pop towards that 72.70 spot? Take that out and we push higher. What are you gonna do? On. What are you gonna do? I got a little buy there. All right, so now what do we do? Futures are trying to come off the bottom, which is another plus. What are you gonna do? Market is pushing. Listen, if we take out yesterday's high, this buy down here might be the buy on Square. Let's see what happens. This can get interesting here. Take out one more trend. I think that trend that we're about to go test is going to be the key one, and then we can go from there. Still struggling to pop that top. Think we need to get above that 72.72, 72.70 area, get above that, hold above that level. We should start seeing more of a push to the upside. 72.75, get that. That'll be a big plus. We'll see. It's having trouble. Semiconductors, told you guys that was showing itself. AMD. I should have just cut this trade off earlier and went right into that sector, since that was the strongest sector today, but I was already in this one, so wanted to give it time. All right, guys, so listen, if this breaks lower day, we have to respect the lower day and get out. I think PayPal earnings are today as well. If PayPal is pulling back, can also be a cause of why this is pulling back as well. I think their earnings is after hours today.
EDM, Charlie Victor.
Come on, market. Can you push? Let's take Square with you. Microsoft is coming off the bottom still. Apple is trying to break out. If that breaks out, that could also pull the market higher. Financials are still weak. Would like to see some strength in the financials. That's still pretty weak. Come on, Square.
Crude stocks, a build of 5.48 million, draw of 2.13 million. Distillates, a draw of 60. Crude inventory, build of 5.48. The expected build of 2.5.
Careful here, guys. This might yank on us. Watching it here tightly. Need to break this trend here. Can't get rejected. It's getting rejected again, guys. Be careful here. This market can pull from here. Market got rejected as well. Watch this, guys. Do not let this break. You have to exit this if you guys are trying to pop this. Oh, what a boring trading day today. Well, if you're a bull trying to pop this to the upside, it sucks right now. Not getting any follow through, that's the problem. I mean, you guys can ask questions. I'm just not flipping charts. Reason why I'm not flipping charts is because I do have some size on this. I'm playing the low of day right now. If it breaks, I'm out. I'll be 0-2 for the day. Typically, if I go 0-2, I stop trading on the day. I don't go past that. So I need this to work out for me, so I can end the day green. All right, almost there. Still down a little bit on the day. Still need to put in some work for me. See what happens. Just trying to be patient with this low of day on square. Boom. See if we can knock this out the park. Almost green, guys. Almost green on a day. Still in the negatives. Only down 30 bucks now. So I'm still not green yet. All right, let's see if we can reclaim 72.75, hold above that level, and see if we can get another pop right into I don't know. If we can at least test, what I would like to see is us at least test this trend here. But again, it's fighting, it's trying. It's all patience here. Still down. Like that we came out of this range. As long as we close above this range, I'll be kind of happy. And then try to see some more continuation to the upside. If not, we come back down and test the bottom range. So that's what I'm watching on that. See what happens. And I know some of the guys who watch me always say I'm always green. As you can see, I'm not always green. Today's one of those days where, for the most part, I've been red all morning, trying to see if I can get out of the hole with this trade here. I'm just down 18 bucks now. So I'm still trying to go green on the day, but we'll see what happens. All right, seems like the market wants to test that 293.14 yesterday. If we break that level, that was yesterday's high, then we'll see that 293.21, and then I think we push pretty nice. So with that being said, if that okay, so I just went green, not green a lot. I'm not gonna cut it just yet, but if we can possibly push past 293.21 on the market, I think things get really interesting on the market. I think we get a lot of flying parts after that. Semiconductor, oh my goodness, that's what I should have been. That is totally my fault. I seen it. The sector was telling me it was strong today, and I just ignored it. And I'm stuck in this chaos. I'm in square right now. SQ Sims. All right, overall market is, listen, everything is looking pretty strong this morning. With that being said, I will be highly shocked if we don't get a decent pop, at least back into this trend on Square. If market keeps on moving the way it's moving, that's what I think we'll get on that. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. Small caps are flying, guys. Oh my goodness. Futures are coming off the bottom. Financials are now coming off the bottom. I mean, the overall market is pretty strong today. It's looking pretty good right now. As you see, we're trying to get back into this little range here that we was talking about earlier this morning. We're even having issues getting back into it if you really look at it. So let's see what happens. Small caps took out yesterday's high, strong. S&P. Semiconductors took out yesterday high. That's why I was saying that was strong. Futures are trying to get back up there. That can get interesting. What else? Technology, another one. Holding up there. I'm looking at Netflix and Amazon. I'm surprised that they're down. Okay, I got another buy on this Square. I will want to see what happens here if this second buy hold up. Nope, it's not holding up. So that just came off the screen. So we can probably pull back here. Let's start cleaning this up a little bit. I know it's a bunch of lines. Take these out. Take you out. Or leave that one. Do I really need this one? No. Yes, SQ Sims, that's correct. I think we test this trend. I think that's where it wants to go. That's where I'm trying to take it, but we'll see. All right, market is pulling again, so this can possibly pull here. Let's see what happens. I think it's probably gonna pull again. We can't even get back up to this trend, which is kind of worrying me on this square trade off this bottom. What I would have liked it to see at least a tap here, then we get a pullback, but it doesn't even seem like we're going to get that part of it. Come on, can we just test tap here? That's all I want. It's probably a tap here. And because of so much trouble this is giving me, I probably just exit. Trying to be patient with this one. Off this bottom, we'll see. Looking across the board, Amazon is still pulling, Netflix is still pulling, Apple is trying to come back down. A few tickers that I like watching and help me gauge the market, they're still pulling, not getting much of a base out of them, which is another reason why I don't like this little rally that we got into the market. Some of the big hitters aren't moving to the upside just yet. So we'll see what happens. Again, the only sector that's pretty much strong still is the chip sector, and they're pretty much extended. So I'm expecting them to start rallying back as well. There it goes. All right, guys, what I'm gonna do is there we go. All right, I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna sell out here. Hold on, let me see if I can get one more pop. All right, so I'm green on the day, guys. I left a small position on the table. I'm just going to see what I can get on that. If I can get one more pop, I'm gonna let that work and just play the remainder on the market. So green on the day, 1 for 1, green on the day. Had to put in a lot of work, as you guys can see. I'm not going to give this too much more room. I'm going to keep it tight. And let's just see what happens from here. But I am finally green on the day, so I'm happy again, guys. Basically what I'm telling you. Awesome trading. Little harder than typically. Normally I'm in and out. As you can see, this one made me work a little bit here. But this is part of trading, so I can't get too upset about it. The reason why I left a small position on it is because market is still holding up. I didn't want to take everything off of the table, but I would now, with the remainder of my position, I'll probably just give it to this trend here. If this trend breaks, I'll get out on it. I might not even give it that much. I don't even want to give too much more back. So a little work. Green on the day, guys. I'm sorry it took me that long. Damn, this one worked me. This one actually had me looking at all my freaking charts just to make sure I walked away green. All right, see, so I am happy with the decision so far that I did sell that pop and went green. Again, guys, again, as you can see, I kind of went against my risk reward today. Caught up in that nonsense because I was scared I was gonna miss another big run on square, and because of that, I was put into the situation I was put in this morning where I actually had to trade my behind off to make my gains back and go green on the second trade. Happens. It can be frustrating, but like I said, today was going to be a patient day. I was patient. I didn't cut the trade, and I respected that bottom like I wanted to, and it actually paid off. I mean, paid off big for me. Now let's see if I can make a little bit more. I'm trying to see if I can get that actual trend test on my remainder position. If not, I just cut the trade off and walk away with the profits that I have today. Small caps are strong. Semiconductors are still strong. Financials are weak. Tech sector is pulling back a little bit. If they find bases, I think once they find the base and those sectors start rallying, those two sectors that are down today, I think that's what's going to help this market pop the top. Until they pop that rally and get that going, it's going to be a tough one. So guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I mean, I can pretty much watch the size. I'm not sized in anymore, so I'm fine. I can flip charts. If you guys want me to flip charts and look at some stuff, let's go ahead and have at it. If not, look at it. Now we're finally getting what I wanted. But listen, I was down today. I had to get out the hole and make a little profit. I made it. I'm happy with it. But this is what I wanted. Here's the 10 trend test. You break the trend and then you probably push back up to that 73.09. There it goes, guys. But again, sometimes when you're in a hole, the emotional aspect of it kick in, and I was down pretty big today, so that emotional part did kick in on my behalf, and I just wanted to go green on the day, make a little profit, and walk away. So like I said, I'll let this last little piece work itself out. See what happens. Here's the retest of the trend break. Needs to hold the retest of the trend break. You break that, then you can possibly pull back up to 73.09. So not an easy trading day for me today. Had to put in some work. Not what I wanted, but hey. And again, guys, this is why I take profits. Even, I mean, listen, was it worth this move? But if I'm green on the day where I started off red, I think I made a good decision. And then I still have a little piece working for me, so we'll see what happens. Oh my gosh, AMD is just monster this morning. MU even showed up today. Nice. MU's pushing. That sector is just on fire. Guess Texas Instruments said something positive on the earnings report or something. Here it goes, guys. This is what we was waiting on all day. Again, this is a key example of what happens when emotions can kick in when you have size. I couldn't wait anymore. I just wanted to get the hell out of that trade. Because I had to bail me out a hole, and I just wanted the end of the day green. Perfect example. You guys seen it firsthand. Happened to me today. I'm just happy I stuck in there with the patience part of it, but I hate it. The best trade today on that square would have been this morning, if you ask me. See if we can get to the 7309, and then we can go from there. What time is it? 10:54. Actually trading longer than I expected today. So again, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm pretty much going to head out. The way I'll trade this from here on out is I probably will play it off this trend right here. Show you the trend before I cut it out. As long as this trend holds up, I'll try to ride this into the 7309 on the remainder of my position. If it breaks, I'll cut it, and then I'll be done for the day. So I'll probably just slap a trailing stop on it and then let it play out however it plays out. Other than that, guys, I'm pretty much done for the day. Green on the day. I was 1 for 1. Can't complain about that. I still walked away green with the situation that I put myself into this morning. So I am happy with the trade overall. If you guys have any questions, again, guys, my email is MarcSkyStocks@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out. If you like what you're hearing, please give the channel a like or subscribe to the channel, share it, whichever you feel like doing. But again, guys, we'll be back at it tomorrow. 1 for 1 today, end of the day green, looking for the 7309 on square. And as I mentioned before, market takes out SPY takes out 293.14. I think we get a nice push into the 293.21, and then the fun starts on the overall market. Other than that, guys, I'm pretty much cutting it loose. I'll put a trailing stop on my remaining position and see how that rocks out. So see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys. Trade safe, and take whatever profits you have and walk away. There's always another day to trade and make great money. Again, guys, take care. See you tomorrow.